When most men start noticing changes in their performance after 40 or 50, the first instinct is often to blame testosterone or aging itself. But what many don't realize is that one of the most powerful solutions for stronger, healthier erections doesn't come in a pill bottle. It comes from strengthening the muscles you can't even see, the pelvic floor muscles. And that's exactly where Kegel exercises come in. These exercises have been around for decades, but few men actually practice them consistently. Once I discovered their power and applied them daily, I noticed dramatic improvements in my erections, my stamina, and even my confidence. So let's break it down. The pelvic floor muscles sit at the base of your pelvis, and they play a critical role in erectile function. They help trap blood inside the penis, which is what allows you to achieve and maintain firmness. Over time, these muscles can weaken, especially if you sit for long hours, deal with weight gain, or just neglect that area. When they weaken, erections become softer, less reliable, and sometimes even disappear completely. Strengthening these muscles is like upgrading the foundation of your erection health. The first step is identifying the right muscles. Imagine you are trying to stop the flow of urine midstream. That squeeze you feel is the pelvic floor muscle contracting. That's the exact muscle group you need to target during Kegel exercises. Once you've identified it, the real work begins. When I first started, I kept it simple. I would contract the pelvic floor muscle, hold it for 3 seconds, then relax for 3 seconds. I repeated this 10 times in a row. At first, it was surprisingly difficult because the muscles were not conditioned. But like any other exercise, the more you practice, the stronger they get. Over the weeks, I gradually increased the hold time to 5 seconds, then 10. Soon, I could do 3 sets of 10 to 15 repetitions daily without strain. The beauty of Kegel exercises is that you can do them almost anywhere. Sitting at your desk, driving in the car, even lying in bed before sleep. Nobody can see what you're doing, and there's no equipment required. That's what makes them one of the easiest yet most effective natural methods for boosting erection strength. Within about 4 to 6 weeks of practicing consistently, I started to notice real changes. Erections were not only firmer, but also lasted longer. There was a sense of control I hadn't felt in years, and it wasn't just about sex. Even my urinary control improved, which is another huge benefit men rarely talk about. A stronger pelvic floor can reduce dribbling after urination, cut down bathroom trips at night, and give you more confidence overall. Many men ask me, how often should you do Kegels? The answer is consistency over intensity. Start with 1 or 2 sets a day. Don't overdo it, because just like any muscle, the pelvic floor can get fatigued. If you push too hard, you might even feel soreness. Build gradually, and within a couple of months, you'll feel the difference. Here's another key tip. Combine Kegels with deep breathing. Inhale as you relax the muscles and exhale as you contract. This rhythm not only strengthens the pelvic floor, but also reduces tension in the body. Stress is a silent erection killer, and breathing helps keep both your mind and body in balance. Something else that made a big difference for me was combining Kegels with lifestyle adjustments. I reduced long sitting sessions by standing up and moving every hour. I focused on maintaining a healthy weight, since belly fat can weaken the pelvic floor. I added more cardiovascular exercise like brisk walking, which improves blood flow to the entire body, including the penis. And I made sure to cut back on alcohol, since drinking too much can reduce pelvic muscle control and weaken erections. Another thing to keep in mind is posture. Poor posture, especially when sitting, puts constant pressure on the pelvic floor and weakens it over time. By simply sitting upright with both feet flat on the ground, you allow those muscles to engage more naturally. Pairing Kegel practice with good posture habits accelerates results. Let's talk about performance benefits for a moment. Many men notice that with stronger pelvic floor muscles, they can last longer in bed. That's because these muscles also play a role in ejaculation control. With practice, you gain more awareness and strength, which allows you to delay climax and enjoy intimacy more fully. This is an added bonus many men don't expect when they first start Kegels, but it can completely change the quality of your sex life. Some men worry they might be doing the exercise incorrectly. A simple way to test is during urination. Try stopping the flow midstream. If you can do that, you're using the right muscles. But don't make it a habit to practice only during urination, because that can lead to bladder issues. Instead, just use it as a test every now and then. Outside of that, practice while sitting, standing, or lying down. I also recommend keeping a simple routine that's easy to stick with. For example, do 10 contractions in the morning after waking up, 10 in the afternoon while sitting at your desk, and 10 before bed. That's 30 a day, spread out so it never feels like a chore. Over weeks, you'll naturally progress to holding longer contractions and doing more reps. One mistake I made early on was tightening other muscles at the same time. You don't want to squeeze your buttocks, thighs, or stomach while doing Kegels. Focus only on the pelvic floor. Place a hand on your abdomen while practicing to make sure it stays relaxed. Isolating the right muscle group is the key to maximum results. Over time, the transformation was undeniable. Erections that used to fade too quickly became reliable again. I didn't feel the same performance anxiety because I knew my body was stronger. And perhaps most importantly, I realized that age doesn't have to mean decline. By targeting the root cause of erection strength, the pelvic floor, I regained control naturally and without relying on medication. The real beauty of this journey is that it's available to every man, regardless of age. Whether you're in your 30s and want to prevent problems, or in your 60s and trying to restore what's been lost, Kegel exercises can help. They're discreet, simple, and free, yet the benefits extend far beyond the bedroom. Better control, better confidence, and better erections are all